Hey traders, John Hall here. Welcome to something different. I hope this works out anyway. I'm not really tech savvy, but I've got the microphone here, I've got the video here, and plus I also got the good old charts in front of me right now as well too. So hopefully this works out pretty good in front of you guys and you'll be able to see me and all my crazy beautiful looking hair. And we can get into the markets today, guys. We're just going to be looking at the markets, going to be looking at what's been going on when it comes to silver, gold, and a few stocks that I'm looking at right now as well too, and a few things that I'm keeping an eye on. So let's actually get straight into it. And also I want to share something with you when it comes to something that happened to me recently, and I want to share a story with you at the end of this sort of training that I want to, or this video that I want to get into. So let's go have a quick look at silver and gold, where we are right now, and we can see that when we're looking at two different types of charts here. We're looking at a chart to the right, which is the weekly charts. And we're also looking at a chart to the left, which is the daily charts. And one of the things, guys, that I really, over the last 16 years of trading these markets, I really learned the art of really understanding the big picture. Right, those big weekly trends are really, really, really important, because you may get a short-term daily pullback, but if you're in a big bull market, right, then the bull market's likely to take control back through there. So we're looking at the markets right now, and I just had a mental blank. My brain's with us. Stop. Anyway, so we're looking at the markets right now, and we can see that that's what's going on. We can see that that these daily charts to the left, to bring up the last, say, 3 months, you can see a very beautiful, beautiful upward trend, right? And so the whole thing about the trend analysis, when it looks at this, it's important to look at the daily charts, where you can see here we have the daily chart trend, but also the weekly chart trend is really, really, really starting to pick up some nice strength through here. You can see like we have like a bit of a V sort of movement on the chart to the right with the weekly charts. So definitely a V bottom action happening through there. So we can see that's happening through there. The thing that I realized of trading the markets now for 16 years is that always keep an eye on that longer term chart, the weekly charts, because the weekly charts is giving you a big picture. Sometimes you can get short-term pullbacks for a week or two or even a month, but that big long-term weekly trend is up, and you don't want to be fighting that weekly trend. So what do we have here? We have a big V bottom through here. So even if we do get like a bit of a short-term pullback, then we're probably likely to see some more movement to the upside from there. Now moving over now through to silver, and silver is really the silver has really been sort of squeezing up into the stronger pattern. But look at this this weekly chart to the right here. Isn't it just incredible? We have a squeezing up, and we have a squeezing up like that there. So we're about to get some serious movement out of the markets when it comes to the markets and it comes to what's going on through there. And we may get a little downward movement through here, but my goodness, guys, if we can start to get a break above here, then it's on like Donkey Kong when it comes to silver as well too. Let's have a quick look at the mining stocks. You can see, let me just bring up the chart with the no moving averages and screen and so on and so forth. And you can see that on the daily charts, we've had pretty much nothing going on here, right? It's really just nicely trending to the upside. And on that weekly chart as well too. For you guys know, I just had a boxing match, and oh man, I won the boxing match. But my shoulder didn't win. Oh man. Oh, anyway, so oh man, that hurts. Maybe it's from the workout this morning. Anyway, so we had a very, 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 very sort of ugly pullback through here in the markets, but now we can see we're really picking up. So, but on this daily charts, we can see we continue to get these really beautiful, beautiful upward trend moving trend analysis. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we start to see a bit more sideways movement and then a continuation of the bull market coming into the GDXJ. Same for the GDX well too, getting a beautiful pullback through here. And I wouldn't be too surprised if we started to, I'm just looking at some other charts as well too. I wouldn't be too surprised if we actually started to see a very nice bull market coming out of this here as well too. So let's have a quick look at Bitcoin as well too let's have a quick look here at the good old Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin, that's right, it's pretty bitter for most of you guys. It's like, oh, shut up, John, about Bitcoin. I tell you, talk to some friends about Bitcoin. They're like, oh, Bitcoin, blah, 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 blah. It's like, what about the mining stocks? Mining stocks, come on now, mining stocks, come on. Me, Bitcoin, maybe not. Oh, but there's only 21 million and there's only got... Right? The chipmunk voices coming out. Me, I'm like, go gold. Anyway, so let's have a look at this here. We're looking at two different types of time frames or two different types of charts through here. We've got the weekly chart to the right and we've got the daily chart to the left. And you can see beautiful now, very nice downward trend on the daily charts. And as you can see, we had this very big, massive bubble. So whenever you see massive bubbles, you see crashes, right? And if you guys go back, watch my videos in the past sort of month, you know I've been talking about how when markets go pretty much vertical, then we see crashes as well too, right? And you can see this chart to the right. Look at this chart to the right. We actually have what? We have a bit of support around this sort of 30 level where it is right now. But if we continue down, which we're probably likely to, there's not enough blood in the streets for people to freak out yet, we're probably going to head back down towards this 20,000 level, which is this recent resistance level, and maybe even a bit lower than that. So Bitcoin is still Bitcoin danger, right? Bitcoin danger. Maybe I should... Thumbnail, right? Thumbnail. It's like danger. You know what they do though, those thumbnails? I don't know, I just normally do charts, but maybe I should start to do this one. And then have like a Bitcoin sign there or something like that. I don't know. Technology, whatever. And a good old Ethereum as well too. Ethereum, big move up on that daily charts or weekly charts, big move up. And we can see moving over now through to this chart through here. We're getting like a bit of a bear flag formation. So possibly we could be starting to see a bit of a move back down. I have major support around this sort of 1500 level down through here, which is this point down through there. So if around that 1500 level. So we actually we could start to be getting a bit of a rollover here when it comes to the good old Bitcoin, right? Good old Bitcoin. So that's what I'm seeing through there, guys, when it comes to Bitcoin and so on and so forth. How's the futures market looking today? Futures markets are nothing. Okay, they're pretty flat today, actually. Pretty flat. We've got a lot of the cryptos down, and we've got oil and gold and silver pretty flat. It's a pretty flat market across the board. But expect inflation, guys, and expect bull markets to continue. We are not at the top of the market. There's no way. There's more stimulus coming. 0% interest rates. Taxes are good, guys. Right? It's right. There's only one way this is going, guys, and up and up and up and up, up, right? Up. And I believe this is the year to be less of a bumblebee. A bumblebee means you jump from trade to trade to trade to trade. That never works out long term, right? Find some good long term investments and jump, hold, and just ride this massive magical wave that's going to be happening, especially in the tech sector. I truly believe, guys, looking at the charts here, even the good old Nasdaq, I truly believe that the good old Nasdaq, and even on this weekly chart as well too, that we're squeezing out. Look at this triangle pattern all through there. Let me bring up the daily charts to the left as well too. Look at this daily chart to the left, weekly chart to the right. Look at that beautiful triangle pattern. When we break, it's on like Donkey Kong, and we're going to start to cycle into, you know, right, guys? If you study things, right, we start to cycle. We started going through a lot of the banking sector and so on and so forth, and what tech sector's been doing nothing, right? Calm before the storm, and now we're slowly grinding up on the tech sector, and I believe we're getting ready for another tech boom. Because guess why? Because things just go in cycles, right? Last 10 years has been really equities and not gold, silver, mining stocks. This year you probably start to get a bit of a starting of equities, but this decade's probably going to be the outperformers is going to be gold, silver, mining stocks. Why? Because what was is not what's going to be, but what wasn't is what's going to be. So what was is a big booming commodity market, stock market, which may last for another year or two or more. But the big moves that's going to happen this decade are going to be, to me, because we haven't seen that much going on when it comes to metals and miners. We're probably going to see the big cycle moving. That's the big picture there. That's happening, with the good old big picture there. Makes sense? And the tech sector, guys, is absolutely massive. So anyway, let's do this here. I want to zoom in a little bit here, and I want to tell you guys a bit of a story here. When I first started trading 16 years ago, I had no idea what I was doing. It was actually really tough, right? Because I wanted to get ahead in the markets, and I had no idea how to do that. And I was always like, oh man. And I found myself working, putting money into an account, losing it. Working, putting money in an account, losing it. Working, putting money in an account, and losing it. And I didn't understand why I was doing that. And one of the big things why I was doing that was because I had no confidence in the markets, right? I had no confidence. Like, I wasn't really confident that I could do this. And I was also fearful of losing money, because that's all I seemed to do, right? I'd work hard, save money, put money in the markets. Work hard, save money, put money in the markets. And I'm just like, oh. And this actually happened for maybe a year or two. I'd save money, lose it, save money, lose it. I'm just like, man, I'm spinning my wheels here. What's going on? And that's when it dawned on me that, or it didn't dawn on me, but I really got some access to some people. And I realized that if I'm not following a plan in the markets, then long term, I'm kidding if I want to build confidence. Because what is confidence in the markets? Confidence is knowing you can do something. But how do you know you can do something really well if you're not following some sort of a plan? And, guys, and I remember when I first started trading, I lost everything. I lost my house. I lost everything, right? And me and my wife at the time, ex-wife now, but wife at the time, we had to move in with with her mum and dad, mother and father-in-law. It was such a hard time, and I so desperately wanted to get ahead in the markets. And because I really struggled in the market so much, I didn't know what I needed to do. I wanted to really get ahead. And it wasn't until I started getting some really professional help from really successful mentors that things started to change for me. I started seeing the big picture of what trading's like and what goes into a trading. Like, for example, that trading is all about how well you can stick to a plan, right? A plan that you believe in and that that works, and that you understand there's also a win-loss ratio. But you also understand with any plan goes through some months you're going to have no trades, some months you're going to have a lot of trades. You're also going to have some months where you might just break even, not doing too much. Another month you might do really well. That's just called trading, right? It's all these things that go into becoming a good trader. So I really want you to start to focus on, if you want to get ahead in the markets, things that totally change the way that I do things in the markets. The biggest thing is that just have something that you believe in and that has a pretty good win-loss ratio. Like, there's a short-term trading system that I use and that I trade, and it gets something like, call it a 70% win-loss ratio, sometimes even 80, sometimes even higher. But there's a really big, now if you want to learn that, just go to johnsfreegift.com. I'll teach you that, plus I'll give you a free trading course. Johns, JOHNS, freegift.com, and there should be a link in the description there. I'll go give it to you. But that was the turning point for me, and I feel your pain, and I know you really want to get ahead in the markets, and I know you really want to do that, and I know that maybe you're not doing too well, right? Because maybe you've chased the crypto market and now you're behind, maybe chasing the herd and so on and so forth. And so you can do this. I really believe in you, and I believe that you can do so well from trading. But it all starts with, if you want to lose that fear of losing money, you want to gain confidence and stuff like that in the market, then it all starts with a plan. What sort of plan are you using? Now, again, if you want to use my system, my plan, again, I teach you the system. Just go to johnsfreegift.com. Again, I teach you the whole system there. But you've got to have some sort of a system that, one, you believe in, and what that requires you to put in the work, right? That requires you to say, okay, here's the plan. Let me go back and back test this and be realistic about it and be honest, so I can see the numbers. Oh, cool. Look, over the last 12 months, I've had 50 trades and I've had a 75% win-loss ratio. And using options, my average loss was 30%. My average profit was 80%. But that's how you see the big picture. You know what I mean? Because the big picture with any trading goes into like, and the other side of trading also is that there's a win-loss ratio. So any trade you get into, that actually could be part of the losing, in the loss and the win-loss ratio, or the win and the win-loss ratio. Like the hard thing is getting out of your way and trying to be right with the markets and trade it, trade your system, and know that if you took 20 of these same setups, that most of them will work in your favor, and that's how you make a yearly income, not a weekly income from trading, right? Because some weeks you're not going to have any trades. Some months you're not going to have any trades. That's just the way it is, right? Because your system's not going to produce an entry signal. And that's just the way it is. So I hope that some of my story has really resonated with you. And that's how I really started to get ahead. I really had to start to be a lot more disciplined, to stick into a system that I believe in, that I actually spent the work learning and then backtesting. And that backtesting gave me confidence. And then every time I logged into a trade, I wasn't trying to be right, because I'm like, okay, then this could be this could be part of the win and the win-loss ratio, or this could be loss. I don't know. But I don't need to know. All I do know is that over the next 6 months, if I took 50 of these trades, that's going to net in a good positive result for me. That's all I need to know. At the end of this year, if I take all these trades, I know that I'm likely to have X amount of dollars in my account from an average win-loss ratio, and I'm going to actually have a good year. Makes sense? And so I hope this really helped you out. I really wanted to share this with you because I find so many people, and maybe yourself in the markets right now, are struggling and you really want to get ahead. But there's so much bullshit out there in the marketplace right now. There's so much crap. There really is. But no, everything changed for me when I stopped listening to all that crap and I started focusing more on, you know what? I'm just got an entry signal. I got a chart pattern that I follow. Most of the times it's going to do well. Some of the times it's not. And as long as I stick to this plan and just take every trade and have good risk management to protect my account, then I know I'm likely to do well. And that's all I did, right? And trading became more just a mechanical thing. Every day I get up, look for the patterns, trade the patterns. There's a loss. Oh, profit, profit, profit. Oh, there's a loss. There's a loss. Oh, there's another loss. Oh, profit, 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 profit. Oh, there's another profit. Oh, there's a loss. And it just becomes a mechanical thing, right? It's like, there's no longer hoping or wishing or praying. It's just like, I know I'm going to make money for the rest of my life with the markets. Why? Because it's every year I stick to this pattern, and the more I'm disciplined with it and not try to guess and hope and wish and just trade it. Every year I know I'm going to have a positive outcome because I know that the end result is that my system's going to kick butt. And so I hope that if you're not doing well out of the markets, that just get some sort of a plan. If it's not my stuff, then find something else that you believe in. But if you're not following something in the markets where you're looking for a plan to have your edge, and your edge can't be this trade is based on this set of rules, next trade is based on this next set of rules, next trade is based on this set of rules, because there's no probability, right? Every single trade you take has a random outcome, but it's based on a probability of an outcome. But the only way to see that probability is if you take 10, even 20 trades, and over that 20 trades, you're like, oh my goodness, look at the win-loss ratio, look at the average profit, look at the average loss, and that's where you're back testing and so on and so forth. And that's how you really get ahead in the markets. You don't have to be smart, you don't have to do anything like that. So anyway, guys, I hope this really helps you out. Make sure you go to johnsfreegift.com. There should be a link in the description. Again, the very first video you're going to get, I'm just going to share with you all the details to my #1 short-term trading system. So if you want to learn that, then I'll give you that there. And I hope today really has helped you out. I'll speak to you guys soon.